Hey everyone, welcome to today's session. Today, we're diving into one of the most pivotal events in English history, the Norman Conquest of 1066. Now, I know history can sometimes feel like a bunch of dates and names, but trust me, this story is a blockbuster. It's got ambition, betrayal, battles, and even a little bit of drama over who gets to sit on the throne. So, grab a coffee, settle in, and let's get started. First, we need to understand England in the early 11th century. By this time, England was a wealthy and relatively stable kingdom. King Edward the Confessor ruled, but here's the catch: Edward didn't have kids. And in medieval times, no heir usually meant big problems. Edward's lack of a clear successor sparked a power struggle among three major contenders for the throne. 1. Harold Godwinson, the powerful Earl of Wessex and a close ally of Edward. 2. William, Duke of Normandy, distant relative of Edward who claimed Edward had promised him the throne. 3. Harald Hardrada, the Viking king of Norway, who believed he had a legitimate claim based on old agreements. Let's zoom in on Normandy. This was a region in modern-day France, ruled by William, a guy who wasn't just ambitious but also ruthless. William had spent his life consolidating power and building a reputation as a skilled warrior. When Edward supposedly promised him the throne, William wasn't about to let that slip through his fingers. Fast forward to January 1066, Edward the Confessor dies, and the English nobility waste no time crowning Harold Godwinson as king. Now, Harold wasn't just some random guy, he was England's most powerful noble, but his claim wasn't uncontested. William and Harald Hardrada both felt cheated and started preparing for war. In September 1066, Harald Hardrada, the Viking king, lands in northern England with a massive fleet. Harold Godwinson marches his army north and defeats Hardrada in a brutal battle at Stamford Bridge. It's a big win for Harold, but there's a catch: his army is now exhausted, and William is about to invade from the south. While Harold was busy with the Vikings, William was gathering his forces. In late September 1066, William lands in southern England at Pevensey. His army includes not just Normans, but also mercenaries and allies from across Europe. William doesn't waste time. He starts pillaging the countryside to draw Harold into battle. This is the moment everything hinges on. Harold rushes south with his tired troops to confront William at Hastings. The battle lasts an entire day, and it's brutal. Harold's forces form a shield wall, classic Saxon defense tactic, but William uses feigned retreats to break their lines. Eventually, Harold is killed. Most accounts say he was shot in the eye with an arrow, though some historians debate this. With Harold dead and his army defeated, William emerges victorious. After Hastings, William marches to London, facing little resistance. On Christmas Day 1066, he's crowned King of England. But conquering England wasn't the end of the story. William spent the next few years crushing rebellions and securing his rule. He introduced the feudal system, redistributed land to his Norman followers, and commissioned the Domesday Book, a massive survey of England's wealth and resources. The Norman Conquest changed England forever. It brought new laws, customs, and even a new language, Old Norman French, mixed with Old English to eventually form Middle English. The architecture, like the iconic castles and cathedrals, also reflects this shift. So, why should we care about 1066? Well, this was a turning point. It marked the end of Anglo-Saxon England and the beginning of a new era. The Norman Conquest shaped the monarchy, the legal system, and even the English identity. Thanks for sticking with me through this epic story. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what historical event you'd like me to cover next. See you in the next video.